There are three examples. In the first example, which is your item, the interrogative pronoun which is applied as the subjective complement to define or to describe the subject in a way to define the subject. In the second example, which fits you well, the interrogative pronoun which is applied as a subject to start and give the definition of the transitive verb fit to the listeners. And the adverb will is applied to describe, to specify the definition of the transitive verb fit. In the third example, the interrogative pronoun which is applied as an object to receive the definition of the transitive verb like from the listeners who are the subject of the clause. Which is your item? In this clause, the speaker applied the interrogative pronoun which, so we can understand that the speaker already set the boundary of the possible responses. We can think like, or we can think the situation that we ask this, or we ask the listeners with this interrogative clause, which is your item? In this situation, there can be some items on a desk or a floor, and it might be the time to bring back the items on the floor or the desk. In that case, we can indicate one of the items on the floor or the desk with the interrogative pronoun which, and we admit that the number of the items are limited. The speaker applies the interrogative pronoun which to practice the role of the subjective complement to define the subject, your item, of the be verb. From the two premises to apply the interrogative pronoun which, the interrogative pronoun which indicates a subject whose unit to count the subject is determined. This is understandable from the first premise that the subject, your item, defined by the interrogative pronoun which indicates one of the subjects which the noun item indicates. The interrogative pronoun which, applied as a subjective complement, is specified by the definition of the be verb is to define the subject, your item, as one among the other subjects indicated by the noun item from the second premise. This interrogative clause is stated in the second type of clause constituted with the subjective complement which, the intransitive verb is, and the subject, your item. One of the possible responses is this: my item is nothing. This is a response that the speaker does not choose one of the suggested items by the speaker. The responses can be like this. The speaker indicates the subject, not a person. That the interrogative pronoun which indicates in the interrogative clause with the indefinite pronoun nothing. The speaker reveals the subject indicated by the interrogative pronoun which with the indefinite pronoun nothing that indicates a non-existence as a subject, not a person. The second example is this, which fits you well. In this clause, the speaker indicates the subject with the interrogative pronoun which, and this means that the speaker predetermines the range of the subject. They can start and give the definition of the transitive verb fit to the object, the listeners. The speaker indicates the subject of the transitive verb fit with the interrogative pronoun which that indicates a subject, not a person. From the first premise to apply the interrogative pronoun which, the range of the subject is determined for the subject whose unit is agreed. For the subject whose unit is not agreed, the range of the subject is determined. From the second premise to deal with the description about the subject indicated by the interrogative pronoun which of the transitive verb fit conveyed to the listeners as the object. The range of the subject is specified. When you go to a shop to buy some clothes, we can ask something like this question, which fits you well. In the case, the speaker set the premise that the listeners already have some options to choose one of them. The subject indicated by the interrogative pronoun which is specified into a subject or the subject considered to be a subject among the subject or the subject determined as a range. This interrogative clause is stated in the third type of clause constituted with the subject which the transitive verb fit, the object you, and the adverb well. To specify the definition of the transitive verb fit, one of the responses is this: these clothes fit me. The speaker applies the phrase of the noun these clothes that corresponds to the interrogative pronoun which in the interrogative clause. The phrase of the noun these clothes indicates the subject whose unit indicated by the noun clothes are determined by the indicative determiner these. The speaker reveals the information about the number of the subject which the noun clothes compounded from the noun clothes that indicates a unit and the suffix es that indicates the collected unit indicates the subject to form a unity. With the definition of the indicative determiner these, the unities that are close to the speaker are selected from the unities indicated by the noun clothes. Because of the fact that the speaker indicates the subject that the interrogative pronoun which indicates with the phrase of the noun these clothes, the first premise that the candidate as the other unities of the subject indicated by the phrase of the noun these clothes exists more than 2 is verified. Thank you for watching.